Check this out. The 43rd Chamber in New York City in the 1990s was a very special place. Located on 43rd Street and 8th Avenue, it predominantly sold martial arts tapes and DVDs, though it also sold some hard-to-find black movies from the 30s, 40s, and 50s, and some other movie cinema-related media, posters, music, and so on. What made this place special, really, was the man behind the counter, Mr. Charles Woods. And due to his personality, it kind of became a gathering place for an eclectic group of guys who all had one thing in common: martial arts. We were all either practicing martial artists or they were martial art fans or martial art movie fans. The popularity of the chamber became legendary as celebrities sought it out to buy from Woods and really just to talk with us. We had folks coming in ranging from Paul Mooney. In fact, you could almost say that Paul Mooney was almost a regular. We saw him so much. It seemed like every time he came to town, we would see him. And he often invited us to see his shows when he was in town. And we would see his shows for free. RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan used to stop by and buy stacks of DVDs. And he also invited us to see that demo he sponsored at the premiere of Iron Monkey, the one starring Donnie Yen. He did this and premiered it at the AMC Theater, which was across the street on 42nd Street. And of course, we had some other legendary and some not so well-known martial artists also stopping by. Well, this is where I met Grandmaster Ron Van Clief. Grandmaster Ron Van Clief would come in from time to time and grab some videos from Woods. But he really didn't stay and chat with us, though he was very pleasant, he was polite, but I'd say he was more reserved. Not shy, not at all, just more reserved. Of course, Grandmaster Van Clief was usually one of the topics of conversation we had. You see, we talked about his involvement with the movie The Last Dragon, featuring the Student Time Act. And we also talked about his few other films that he did in Hong Kong, as well as his professional fighting career. But we mostly spoke about his bout with the Gracies in the early days of the UFC. One thing we all agreed was that Grandmaster Van Clief was in incredible and physical condition for a man 50-something years old. Except for the gray hair, you really couldn't tell he wasn't a much younger man. Myself and some others felt that if Van Clief had fought with the Gracies when the Grandmaster was in his prime, that bout would have been very, very different. Personally, I think he would have destroyed the Gracies. Some of the others felt the opposite way, that Gracie would have won anyway. But it would have been a hard-fought, tough match. Anyway, one thing I always wondered about was how come Grandmaster Van Clief wasn't in movies or TV shows that were made here? I wondered, was it by choice? Was it because of bad Hollywood timing or something else? In any case, Grandmaster Ron Van Clief, another warrior of bronze and fire.